y'all. Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2. Team of Jake Musso and Danny hang with you today, and we kick off every second hour, even though this is going to be the last time that we're going to do this for a long time. So let's savor the next few minutes as we talk to Derek Stingley Sr., father of one of the top NFL prospects in the entire country, the best corner in the country. Had himself a day on Saturday. Coach Sting, what's up, man?
Well, good morning, man. Good morning, guys.
Okay, so I want to start here. Did Sting get that first one on Butte? Was the correct call made?
Well, okay. Now, you know me. I play in the middle because I'm a coach, not just because he's my son. But he had the ball first, and his elbow hit the ground.
There you go.
With a little space between him and the receiver. But I think if that was a regular game with instant replay, they would have gave it to him.
Yeah, so he would have ended up with 2. So let's just start there because you're the defensive backs coach. You've been a defensive back coach for years and years and years. You know secondary as good as anyone. Start with your breakdown of Derek on Saturday. Obviously, he had that play. He had another great diving interception in the deep downfield against Finley. How do you feel Lil Sting did?
Oh, overall, I thought he did good considering the routes and the concepts he was getting. Like he got a lot of double move routes, like the ball where Kayshawn caught where he had a little separation.
Yeah.
That was a double move. I mean, he was getting them from everyone. And I charted his plays, so he did a great job considering. And I was proud to see that he got his hands on a few. Even the other ones, I think Kayshawn caught like a slant on him. And it was more so like a rub slant. And he fought through the rub, and he was tight on the coverage where he almost got that ball out. It was like a 3-yard gain. But those were the things that we were trying to get him to do more of, when he's being disruptive, meaning when someone is trying to pick him, rub him, you got to fight through those things and not stay in space. Sometimes you just have to be a brute and run through somebody or just be more aggressive and get underneath the rub and things like that. So that was a good thing for us to see with him doing that. And overall, I thought he did great. I thought he, on a couple of balls where there were some running plays, he tried to stick his nose in there, things like that. We were looking for him to make sure that he stay in his gap, to where they can't spill out and bust it wide open on the run on the outside. So overall, I give him a good performance. But, I look at it like this, guys. It's still a spring game. It's a glorified practice.
Yeah.
I've seen guys who may have had outstanding practices all spring really didn't get the same love during the spring game.
Right.
But I saw guys who dominated the spring game that did well, but I saw them have a few bad games in practice. So, I mean, you're going 5 weeks against your own team, so you're going to figure them out and you're going to know what's going on. And it's just a matter of, just what type of day you have. But I look at it as it's just reps that you're getting.
Coach, somebody that you've talked about actually having a nice spring and then he had a nice spring game was Dwight McGlothern. I thought that he really played well. I know he got beat deep a couple of times, but he was right there to make a play on the ball. And overall, he's got a mentality. You can tell, he's got a mentality that he wants to be the man. And I think it's so important for him to step up because since you did move Jay Ward to free safety, there was a need at the corner position to kind of be either the third corner or maybe even move inside to nickel. He really did impress me. He's a long corner, 6'2". He's got some real length to him, and he's got some dog in him as well, Coach.
Yeah, Dwight has a switch. Like, off the field, Dwight is funny, jokester, laugh, love to play around and things like that. But he gets on that field, and it's all about competition with him and competing. I think they saw it even last year. I think it was just that he came in as a freshman and he was behind, Elias and Sting and Cordell and Jay. But he was a guy making plays throughout. I've seen him do a lot of drill work, and for him to be so big and long and kind of like a thick corner, he moves well. Like, all the drill works he does, he has good feet. He has good range. He has good ball skills. And I was like, this kid's gonna be good once he get on the field. And now it showed because naturally he had to step up this spring because Elias was out. But that just goes to show you now that we created depth. So Corey has what he can do with his corners is he can have a good rotation now. Even rotating Sting out. He did that before in 2018 with Calvin Joseph, with Greedy Williams, and Christian Fulton.
Yeah.
And that way you just keep guys fresh. Not to say you just take guys out for a whole series, maybe a play or two, or maybe a series. In that way you got guys good going into the fourth quarter. And now we can trust them. And that's the thing with Corey. He want to make sure he can trust his guys. And Dwight made so many plays this spring. And look at the spring game. He got his hands on a bunch of balls. Even the ball that he got beat on, I was telling him, I was like, you kind of coasted towards the end. If you would have just held your ground, and there was no way that Kayshawn could have jumped through you because you kept going back like you were just floating for the ball. But if you stop your momentum, he can't go no further. That's an easy interception for you. And those are things that, he'll see on film, and if that ever happens again, he can make that play. But it's great to see that he came up, he stepped up. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that now he got the respect of his teammates and the trust of the coaching staff.
Yeah, and so it sounds like you kind of answered this in a way, but his role then, he'll stay on the outside, right? Like he's more of a CB3, like you're rotating third cornerback than fighting for that first nickelback spot.
Correct. And I think he's more of an outside guy just because of his physique,
that makes sense.
His build. I mean, he's good technically, like he does things right, but in order for you to move inside, you got to have a quick twitch. You have to be able to move quicker than that. And now, don't get me wrong, he can cover from the inside, but from the inside, you got to have a different mindset, and you got to most definitely have more of a twitch. But I think that he's suited better on the outside than inside.
And Coach, something that obviously we talk about is DB play and coverage skills, but as you know, the defense has to have that skill as a whole. Like your linebackers have to be able to cover the backs and the tight ends, and that makes everyone kind of get on the same page. And so I actually saw the linebackers improve their cover skills, which obviously, that plays in the defensive backfield as well. When everybody's playing the same coverage, you don't have any miscommunication, that can go a long way. And it looked like the linebackers were better suited in coverage this year than any point last year.
Oh, no doubt. That's a credit to the coaching staff. And I saw a lot of that in 7-on-7 practices where, mainly 7-on-7 is passing game, where, they may fall off in some help coverage from the corner position. And then if that receiver runs a crossing route, now he's passing through the linebacker, area or zone area. That linebacker has to cover underneath. And I saw a lot of those guys covering those guys, being right where they need to be. Mainly because there was a lot of communication going on, and we have some athletic linebackers that can do that. I was really impressed with Damone in coverage this spring because he was sideline to sideline making plays. So that's just a credit to the defensive staff, the coaches, the players buying in and understanding, like, this is your role now. If you get a drop back and if you hear the call, if a guy's crossing under or just coming through your zone, ride him through until he comes out of your zone. Those type things. And it looked good to be coordinated the way it was. You didn't see. I think I saw two busts, and it really wasn't busts. I think it was just the player's eyes was in the wrong place, and unfortunately it led to two receiving touchdowns. But there wasn't big, like explosive plays, but
right.
You do count a touchdown as a big play, but it was more so like that is very correctable. It's like, okay, your eyes need to be here and not there. It's not like,
and was that the freshman? Was that Derek Davis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, yes. It was the very last touchdown on Corey, and there was one touchdown against Jontre Kirkland where he kind of crossed from left to right, and Derek Davis was on his left side, and he chased the guy going left, and then all of a sudden his eyes never got back where they need to be, and Jontre came from underneath and scored in the corner of the end zone. But that's new. Derek Davis is a young kid, and things like that is going to help him for film study, and he needed something like that. But that just goes to show you once again, Coach Jones is doing a great job with coordinating stuff, because normally in things like that we would get bumped off or switched off, but Derek Davis was where he needed to be. It was just his eyes was wrong. And that was it.
Well, and so that's what that's kind of something else that I thought was an underlying feeling on Saturday that I definitely got through watching was the entire vibe defensively just feels different this year. Like you see guys, I saw guys like dancing before the snap, right? You saw guys actually having fun out there, kind of flying around a bit more. Am I reading too much into that?
No. I mean, because now you have energetic coaches that they're doing that as well, and their players are being congratulated for the good. They're being coached on the bad and not screamed at and yelled at and feel like as if it's the end of the world type thing if they do something wrong. So all it is just the coaches got the trust of the players, and the players trust the coaches, and that just brings out what we saw, that energy. And it's something that I think is contagious for sure. And the way those players responding, I think that's going to roll over to the summer and to the fall. So hopefully we'll see more of this, and we'll have a strong and better defense than what we had last year. And I just love the fact that Coach Jones is got those players moving fast and not thinking slow.
Love it. Coach Sting. Join us every single week here on Tuesday morning. This will be the last one for a while. Coach, we cannot thank you enough for your continued presence on the show, and we look forward to running it back during football season.
No doubt, guys. Can't wait. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach, take it easy. Coach over there at the Dunham School holding it down. All right, coming up next, we got a bunch of mailbag questions. Danny's been documenting them, and we will dive into them next here on OTB.